On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
Everyone thinks. So no, I am not misrepresenting what you're saying. I'm just saying that what you're saying is not applicable to every man or most. I don't know how many, but I just think it would be better, and this is just my opinion, if you just spoke on behalf of yourself.
Okay, but why do men go after women? No, I'm just saying. It's straightforward. Why do men chooses to go after women and bring them in? Why do they choose to go after women and bring these women in their household?
There are different reasons for different men.
Well, because what I'm trying to get you to understand is the only thing. Well, I don't care if you don't understand that, but ideally, the only reason, the only difference, the only thing relationships like this exist is sexual relationships.
And it's fair. Can you get it or not?
No, but wait. I'm listening. The reason you going out with me is because you want certain provisions also, right? But see, this is where it get confused. You want certain things. You gonna go when you go on a date with a man, you got certain things that you know you want. That's the reason you accepted the date. If you didn't feel he can offer you these levels of protections and accommodations, you would not go on a date with him. But now let's not fuzz it. It's both ways. But most men ain't gonna tell y'all the truth like I will. Most men are gonna tell you the only reason I'm gonna ask you out for the date for the chance to get that pussy. If I see that pussy's not coming, I'm not gonna go out with you no more. That's it, point blank and period. Just like if you see me, if you going out to me for provision and I fuck around and lose my job or I become broke, you're not gonna go out with me anymore. That's the game. But it get clouded with all this romantic shit and I really love you. You're beautiful, whatever. Yeah, you're beautiful, but you beautiful until I get that box, and then now I come back to reality, and then now we just walk around like normal people.
I have never loved someone that I'm just dating, so that I agree with that. I don't love someone that I'm just dating or just getting to know. Like love kind of like builds up and it progressively kind of builds up, I would say.
I want to get to Kay. I know Kay was trying to get in there. Go ahead, Kay.
I think we have to understand as well, Sarah, I definitely agree with what you were saying. I thought it was really well articulated. I think that we have to understand that like everyone is not the same. So like logic, the thing that you just said that might be applicable to you, but every man doesn't think that way. Every man is not walking around like, all I care about is the, whatever. Some men are looking for a woman that they can have in their lives that's going to add value. Even you were talking about earlier how the most successful men aren't out here with the IG baddies. So like what you're saying doesn't make sense in terms of what you said earlier. So yeah, like I just think it's really important for us not to put all men in a box or all women in a box or all of anyone in a box, because different people want different things. Some women want only men that are a certain height, have a certain amount of money or whatever. And those women in these spaces get talked about negatively and told they're going to die alone and all these other things. But then when men say, all we care about is the whatever, like you just said, logic, it's supposed to be taken like, oh, okay, well, that's just how men are. No, different men are different ways. And I actually think it's insulting to men to reduce men down to only caring about what you just said. That might be what you care about. There are plenty of men. Hold on.
Can I ask you something? Can I ask you something? She misrepresented what I said.
Okay, but just okay.
Oh, well, I'm just saying because I'm gonna ask you a question, right?
Okay, but wait.
You said
hold
I
on,
said
hold
that.
on. Hold on. Let her finish first, and then go ahead and ask her. Go ahead, Kay.
So, yeah, I just think it's insulting to men because men are multifaceted. There are many different types of men. Every man is not just out here on the prowl and not able to control themselves as it relates to beautiful women around them. Some men have a goal. They're like, you know what? I got this going on in my life. I of course want to be attracted to my woman, but the things that make her attractive aren't necessarily her being an IG baddie. It could be her character, her support, her intellect, all these other things. It's not always just looks or anything physical. Sometimes those other things come first, and then the physical like builds from there. So like when you're saying it, like your own thoughts and experience as if they apply to men in general, I just think it's problematic. So like you could just say, I do that. This is what I like. This is what I think, instead of men do this and men do that, because that's belittling men, because men actually aren't always like that. I mean, some are, but some
Well,
are
he
not.
never said all.
Okay,
Though.
so
Like,
wait. Hold up. Now let me address you. What you said, right?
Okay.
This is how you misrepresent what I said. Because I said all roads lead to what? The box, right? I don't care if you're below average, you're an average chick, you're a bad thought. Guess what? Guess what all of them have in common? A box. So now, whatever you say, yeah, it's all fine and dandy. And you literally went in and you did it on purpose because you're not listening. It doesn't matter what woman, all women have that. So now, no matter who, you totally misrepresent what I said, because ideally that's what goes on. That's why men select women. It's because of that.
Logic, but the thing is, everything you just said, I get it, and that's applicable to you. That's all I was saying. I didn't misrepresent anything you said. I'm just saying that just because you think boxes or whatever are the most important thing about a woman doesn't mean that that's what every man thinks. Some men have other priorities, and they're like, you know what? Boxes are a dime a dozen. You can get that anywhere. But I'm looking for a specific type of woman that's going to be able to support what I'm doing and be an asset to me instead of a liability. Just because you think a certain thing doesn't mean that's what everyone thinks. So no, I am not misrepresenting what you're saying. I'm just saying that what you're saying is not applicable to every man or most. I don't know how many, but I just think it would be better, and this is just my opinion, if you just spoke on behalf of yourself.
Okay, but why do men go after women? No, I'm just saying. It's straightforward. Why do men chooses to go after women and bring them in? Why do they choose to go after women and bring these women in their household?
There are different reasons for different men.
Well, because what I'm trying to get you to understand is the only thing. Well, I don't care if you don't understand that, but really. But ideally, the only reason, the only difference, the only thing relationships like this exist is sexual relationships.